Working with OrthoFundamentals has been advantageous for us in our operating rooms, as it is a single peel pack tray which simplifies our back table in a way that our surgery tech doesn't have to deal with a lot of heavy instrumentation. We don't need to worry about the quality of the sterilization, as in the peel pack we know that everything is sterilized already, and delivers peel-packed implants that allows me on the fly to decide which implant is really best for the patient, to be able to select that implant and know that the implant is both available and that it's ready for use. I choose to actually place my guide pin so that I reduce the amount of x-ray and the number of times we need to manipulate the x-ray machine. So I tend to put them all on the lateral view right now so that I've got all my start points. So I like that positioning. I've got plenty of room between the guide pins so that the devices won't be running into each other. So I like our starting points. Now we'll go to the inlet view, and since I'm only in the near cortex, I can still steer my guide wires to aim straight towards the sacral ala and the S1 vertebral body. So all these now are advancing into the ala in a safe position. And so now that we know that we're in the ala across the SI joint, we want to drive the pin to the depth in which we're stopping just lateral to the neural foramen. And so our top one, we're above the neural foramen. This one could be driven in quite a ways if you wanted to. I still have a tendency to just stop within the ala lateral to the neural foramen. So now I'm going to use my soft tissue protector, which doubles as a depth gauge for my guide pin. And now I can feel that I'm firmly on bone. And as I measure my soft tissue protector, it's measuring between 40 and 45, because this is the most proximal pin and I don't need to be worried about staying lateral to my neural foramen. I'll go ahead and round up in this case and go 45. I am going to go ahead and just drill the near cortex. And that's all I'm going to do there. So again, here's our 45 depth attached to our driver. This is ratcheted, and you can reverse the ratchet if you need to, but this is the direction we want to go. So I'll come right over the guide wire through the soft tissue protector. And I try to do as little force here as possible as far as pushing in, let the screw do the work. Then all the way down on bone. Soft tissue protector. And again, just directly over the guide wire. And we're coming in slightly posterior to that other device, which is why it looks like there's an overlap there. And shot there. So we'll recheck each of our images now. So this is our outlet view, and you can see that each of the devices have stopped lateral to the lateral border of the S1 neural foramen. Now we'll go to our inlet view. We want to make sure that they're all contained within the sacral ala. And so we can see that anterior border of the sacral ala as it sweeps across the pelvic brim. And since none of the devices are anterior to that, we've protected our L5 nerve root. And then we'll return to our lateral. And so ideally, I like the triangular placement of the devices in reference to one another, and fills both the anterior portion of the SI joint and then the two legs of the SI joint, which are both proximal and distal and slightly more posterior.